Hello everyone, welcome to Ali Foundation. Subscribe my channel Ali Foundation and click on bell icon to get every latest new update. Don't skip this video. Watch if watch it till end without wasting time. Let's start. First question: Number of basic SI unit is 7. Which of the following is not the unit of energy? Watt. Light year is unit of distance. Which of the following is not the unit of time? Parallelistic second. Next, 1 Fermi meter is equal to 10 to the power minus 15 meter. SI unit of luminous intensity is candela. Parsec is the unit of distance. One light year is approximately equal to 10 to the power 16 meter. Match list 1 quantity with list 2 units and select the correct answer using the codes given below the lists. List 1 high speed match wavelength high speed angstrom. Wavelength pressure energy. High speed match wavelength angstrom pressure pascal energy joule. Right answer D. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer from the code given below. Joule work, ampere current, watt power, volt potential energy difference, calorie heat. Right answer option A. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer from the code given below. Acceleration meter per second square. Force Newton. Work done Joule. Impulse Newton second. Right answer option C. Ampere is the unit of current electricity. What is the SI unit of Young's modulus of elasticity? Newton per meter square. What is the SI unit of pressure? Pascal. Curie is the unit of radioactivity. Decibel is the unit of intensity of sound. In the relation alpha equal to beta t plus lambda, alpha and lambda are measured in meter and t is measured in second. The SI unit of beta must be meter per second. Temperature can be expressed as derived quantity in terms of any of the following. In terms of none. One astronomical unit is the average distance between Earth and the Sun. Which of the following physical quantities have the same dimensions? Work and torque. The most suitable unit for expressing nuclear radius is Fermi. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Joule, Coulomb volt, watt, ampere square ohm, volt, Henry ampere per second, Coulomb, farad volt. Right answer option B. Which of the following physical quantities do not have same dimensions? Force and pressure. Which of the following physical quantities have the same dimensions? Momentum and impulse. Which of the following physical quantity is dimensionless? All of these. Arc multiplies second is the unit of Planck's constant. Unit of resistance is volt per ampere. If the density of water is 1 gram per ghanosemi in CGS system, its value in MKS system is 10 kg per ghanometer. Potential is measured in joule per coulomb. Maxwell's is the unit of Maxwell is the unit of magnetic flux. SI unit of magnetic flux is Weber. Unit of solid angle is steradian. Which one of the following groups have quantities that do not have the same dimensions? Force impulse. SI unit of surface tension is Newton per meter. SI unit of angular momentum is kg meter square per second. Which of the following is a scalar quantity? Work. Pick out the only vector quantity. Impulse. Pick out the only scalar quantity. Power. Which of the following statements is false? The magnitude of a vector is always a scalar. The total path length is always equal to the magnitude of the displacement vector of a particle. Five equal forces of 10 Newton each are applied at one point and all lying in one plane. If angles between them are equal, the resultant of these forces will be 0. Which of the following is a scalar quantity? Electric current. Which of the following is not a vector quantity? Speed. Which of the following is a vector quantity? Momentum. Distance of stars are measured in light year. The minimum number of non-zero non-collinear vectors required to produce a zero vector is 3. Masses of stars and galaxies are usually expressed in terms of solar mass. An object with a constant speed might be accelerated. When body is accelerated, its velocity never changes. Its speed always changes. Its speed may or may not change. A passenger in a moving train tosses a coin upward, which falls behind him. It implies that the motion of the train is accelerated. If the distance is covered by a moving car in rectilinear motion with a speed v in time t is given by s equal to vt. Then the car undergoes a uniform velocity. Definition of force comes from Newton's first law of motion. The known forces of nature can be divided into four classes, that is gravity, electromagnetism, weak nuclear force and strong nuclear force. With reference to them, which one of the following statements is not correct? Gravity is the strongest of the four. Dirty clothes containing greasy and oil stains are cleaned by adding detergents to water. Stains are removed because detergent reduces drastically the surface tension between water and oil. Acting on a non rigid body, a force can produce dimensional change. A monkey sits on the pan of a spring scale kept in an elevator. The reading of the spring scale will be maximum when the elevator accelerates upward. Consider the following statements. Assertion A. A table cloth can be pulled from a table without dislodging the dishes. Reason are to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction of these statements. A is false but R is true. And a ball is thrown vertically upwards, assuming the air resistance to be constant and considerable. In the ascent less than time of descent, right? A person stands at the middle point of a wooden ladder which starts slipping between a vertical wall and the room of the floor of the room while continuing to remain in a vertical plane. The path traced by a person standing at the middle point of the slipping ladder is a circular path. A man in a train moving with constant velocity drops a ball on the platform. The path of the ball and seen by an observer standing on the platform edge. A parabola. Two masses each equal to m are attached to one another by a massless string passing over a smooth pulled. The tension in the string is mg. A car accelerates from rest with acceleration 1.2 meter per second square. A bus moves with constant speed of 12 meter per second in a parallel lane. How long does the car take from its start to meet the bus? 20 seconds. A body starting from the rest moves along a straight line with constant acceleration. Which one of the following graphs represents the variation of speed and distance? The value of which one of the following quantity remains same in all system of unit? Specific gravity. Two teams are pulling a rope with equal and opposite forces, each of 5 kN in a tank of water, so that a condition of equilibrium exists. What will be the tensile force in the rope? 5 kN. In the system given below, the masses are released from rest. G by 3. A, a block of mass 2 meter is pulled along a horizontal frictionless surface by a rope of mass m, as shown in the figure given. What force is exerted by the rope on the block? 2F by 3. A body moves with a constant speed along a curved path. Its acceleration is perpendicular to its velocity. The distance between two creates in a wave in given by wavelength. The distance between two crests in a wave is given by wavelength. If a bomb drops from an airplane, explodes in mid-air, its kinetic energy increases. A light body A and a heavy body B have equal kinetic energy of translation. Then B has larger momentum than A. Magnetic, electrostatic, and gravitational force come under the category of non contact forces. If the kinetic energy of a body is increased by 300%, its momentum will increases by 100%. If the momentum of a body is increased by 50%, its kinetic energy will be increased by 125%. A body is lifted by a man to height of 1 meter in 30 seconds. Another man lifts the same mass to the same height in 60 seconds. The work done by them are in the ratio 1 is to 1. In an elastic collision, both momentum and energy are conserved. When two bodies stick together after the collision is said to be completely inelastic. A bullet hits and gets embedded in a solid block resting on a horizontal frictionless table. What is conserved? Momentum. A rocket works on the principle of conservation of linear momentum. A particle revolves round a circular path with a constant speed. The acceleration of the particle is along the radius. For a body moving with constant speed in a horizontal circle, which of the following remains constant? Kinetic energy. Roadways are banked on curves so that the wear and tear of tire may be avoided. If a gymnast standing on a rotating stool with his arms and stretched suddenly lowers his arms, his angular velocity remains constant. When the external torque on a system is zero, there will be conservation of its total energy. Consider the following statements. A4 wheel vehicle moving in sharp circular path at high speed will overturn about its outer wheels, overturn about its inner wheels, skid outwards, skid inwards. Which of the statements are correct? 1 and 3. If the radius of the earth were shrink by 1%, mass remaining the same, the value of g on the earth's surface would increase by 2%. The value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is g if the diameter of the earth becomes double of its present value and its mass remains unchanged. The value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth would become g by 4. The weight of the body at the center of the earth is 0. Weightlessness experienced in spaceship in due to absence of gravity. State light having the same orbital period as the period of rotation of the earth about its own axis is known as geostationary satellite. Two satellites are moving in the same circular orbit around the earth. They must have the same speed. If the distance between two masses is doubled, the gravitational attraction between them. Right answer will be option D. Is reduced to quarter. The really satellite transmits the television program continuously from one part of the world to another because its period to equal to the period of rotation of the earth about its axis. The ratio of inertial mass to gravitational mass is equal to 1. The intensity of the Earth's gravitational field is maximum at the pole. The period of a satellite in a circular orbit is radius r is t. The period of another satellite in circular orbit of radius 4r is 8t. As we go from the equator to the poles, the value of g increase. A satellite revolves around the earth in elliptic orbit. Its speed is greatest when it is closest to the earth. If the diameter and mass of the earth becomes 2 times their present values, then the weight of an object on the surface of the earth will become half. Planet A has double the radius than that of planet B. If the mass of planet A is 4 times heavier than the mass of planet B, which of the following statements regarding weight of an object is correct? Same on both the planets. Select the only correct statement of the following. The orbital velocity is inversely proportional to the square root of the radius of the orbit. A geostationary satellite has an orbital period of 24 hours. Consider the following statements. The acceleration due to Earth's gravity decrease if we go down from the surface of the earth towards its center. We go up from the surface of the earth. We go from the equator towards the pole. The rotation speed of the earth is increased. Right answer will be option C. Consider the following statements. The escape velocity depends on the mass of planet, mass of the particle escaping, temperature of the planet, radius of the planet. Right answer will be option C. Who among the following gave first the experimental value of G? Cavendish. The escape velocity from the surface of the earth does not depend on mass of the body. If the radius of the Earth's orbit becomes one fourth of the present value, the division of 1 year will become 1 by 8 times. If the Earth were to stop rotating, the value of g increase. If we move from the equator to pole, the value of g increase. A pendulum clock is set to give correct time at the sea level. This clock is moved to a hill station at an altitude of 2500 meter above sea level. In order to keep correct time on the hill station, the length of the pendulum has to be reduced. Spring balance is graduated at sea level if a body is weighted. If with this balance is at consecutively increased heights from the Earth's surface, the weight indicated by the balance will go on decreasing continuously. Which of the following statement is true? G is less at the Earth's surface than at a height above or at a depth below it. Wrong. G is the same at all places on the surface of the earth. Hmm. G has its maximum value at the equator. G is greater at the poles than at the equator. Right. If v0 be the orbital velocity of a satellite in a circular orbit close the Earth's surface and ve is the escape velocity for the Earth, relation between two is ve equal to root 2 v0. The Earth revolves round the Sun in 1 year. If the distance between them becomes double, the new period of revolution will be 2 root 2 year. The escape velocity of a particle of mass m varies as m0. A geostationary satellite should be launched such that it moves from west to east in the equatorial plane. The plane of the orbit of an Earth satellite passes through the center of the Earth. Next. The mass of moon is 1 but 81 of Earth's mass, and its radius is one fourth of that of Earth. If the escape velocity from the Earth's surface is 11.2 km per second, its value for the moon is 2.5 km per second. The tidal wave in the sea are primarily due to the gravitational effect of the moon on the earth. If the earth were to skin factor acceleration due to gravity of at the poles remains the same, the time period of an artificial satellite in a circular orbit is independent of the mass of the satellite. A ball is dropped from a spacecraft revolving around the earth. It will continue to move with the same speed along the original orbit of the spacecraft. When a particle executing SHM simple harmonic motion passes through the mean position, it has maximum kinetic energy and minimum potential energy. The total energy of a particle vibrating in SHM simple harmonic motion is proportional to the square of its amplitude. A simple pendulum is oscillating in a lift. If the lift starts moving upwards with a uniform acceleration, the period will be shorter. In order to double the period of a simple pendulum, its length should be quadrupled. A particle is executing SHM simple harmonic motion, then the graph of the acceleration as a function of displacement is straight line. If a hole is buried along a diameter of the earth and a stone is dropped into the hole, it will execute SHM simple harmonic motion about the center of the earth. A simple pendulum is vibrating in an evacuated chamber. It will oscillate forever with the same amplitude and frequency. The length of second's pendulum on surface of the moon where g is 1 but a 6 is of the value of g on the surface of the earth is 1/6 meter. A girl is swinging on a swing in the sitting position. How will the period of swing be affected if she stands up? The period will now be shorter. A simple harmonic oscillator has time period t, the time taken by it to travel from the extreme position to half the amplitude is t by 6. A body is standing at the point O in the given diagram thrown a ball three times with the same force but projecting it along different inclinations from the ground. The results of the throws have been plotted in diagram. Which one of the following is a valid conclusion? The larger the initial inclination, then greater the height reached. Consider the following statements. A geostationary satellite is at an approximate height of 10,000 km. Wrong. FM transmission of music is a very good quality because the atmospheric or man-made noises, which are generally frequency variations, can do little harm. Right. Right answer. Which of the following statement is the correct? B. A spherical body moves with uniform angular velocity omega around a circular path of radius r. Which one of the following statements is correct? The body has no acceleration. The body has a radial acceleration omega square r directed towards center of path. A car is running on a road at a uniform speed of 60 km per hour. The net resultant force on the car is equal to 0. The mass of a body on earth is 100 kg. Acceleration due to gravity g equal to 10 meter per second squared. If acceleration due to gravity on the moon is g by 6, then the mass of the body on the moon is 100 kg. The working principle of washing machine is Fugation. A simple pendulum has a time period t1 when on the Earth's surface and t2 when taken to height are above the Earth's surface, where r is the radius of the Earth. The value of t2 by t1 is 2. The Young's modulus for perfectly rigid body is infinite. The modulus of rigidity of a liquid is 0. Which of the following is most elastic? Steel. The pressure in a liquid at a given depth below the surface is the same in all directions. It is easier to swim in a sea water than in ordinary water because density of sea water is higher than that of ordinary water. The pressure at the bottom of a liquid tank does not depend on area of the liquid surface. A piece of ice has a stone in it and floats in a vessel containing water. When the ice melts, the level of water in the vessel would fall. The operating principle of a hydraulic press is Pascal's principle. The pressure of Earth's atmosphere at sea level is due to the fact that most living things constantly breathe air. Gravitational attraction of the Earth for the atmosphere. Right answer will be option B. An iron piece and a wooden pitch have equal weights in the air if they are removed from air to vacuum. Right answer. In the air, iron piece appears to weigh more. Wrong. The wooden pitch appears the weigh more. Right. Option B will be the right answer will be option B. A floating body always displaces liquid equal to its own weight. Two pieces of different metals, when completely immersed in water, experience equal upthrust, then both pieces have equal volume. For a body float in a liquid with some portion outside, the weight of the liquid displaced by the fully immersed body should be equal to the weight of the body. should be more than weight of the body. Right answer will option B. A block of ice is floating in a glass containing water. When the ice melts completely, the level of the water in the glass will be not change. Next question. A steel ball is floating in a breaker containing mercury. If some water is poured on the breaker, the steel ball will move up. Right answer is option A. A bird is sitting in a wire cage which is hanging from a spring balance. If the bird starts flying inside the cage, the reading of the spring balance will be less than earlier. Right answer will be option B. Next question. The shape of a raindrop is spherical due to surface tension. In order that a floating object be in stable equilibrium, its center of buoyancy should be vertically above its center of gravity. Next question. An inflated balloon rises to a definite height once it starts going up. This balloon cannot rise any further because at that height, right answer will be option D. Apparent weight of the balloon reduces to zero. Next, a body is just floating in a liquid if the body is slightly pressed down and released, it will sink to the bottom. Bernoulli's theory is based on the conservation of energy. Bernoulli's theorem is applicable to flow of liquids. Bernoulli's principle does not explain lift of a jet. An ideal liquid floats through a horizontal tube of variable diameter. The pressure is lowest where the velocity is highest. Two light balls are suspended as shown in the figure. When the stream of air passes through the space between them, the distance between the ball will decrease. When a fluid passes through the constricted part of a pipe, its velocity increases and pressure decreases. Next, the rate of leak from a hole in a tank is more if situated near the bottom. Next question. Dynamic lift is related to Bernoulli's theorem. A gale blows over a house. The force due to the gale on the roof is in the upward direction. A large tank having a small hole at the bottom is filled with water to a height h. If the stream of water coming out of the hole is directed vertically upwards, it will rise to height h. If a stream of air is blown under one of the pan of a physical balance is equilibrium, then the pan will go down. The velocity of flow of a liquid through an orifice at the bottom of a tank depends on the height of the liquid above the orifice, acceleration due to gravity. Right answer is option D. Both B and C. An application of Bernoulli's equation for fluid flow is found in dynamic lift of an aeroplane. A hole is made in the bottom of a container having water filled up to a height h. The velocity of water flowing out of the hole is proportion to h half. An ideal fluid is flowing in a tube of varying cross section. At some point, the radius of the tube is r and the velocity of flows is v. The velocity of flow at another point where the radius is r by 2 is 4v. Velocity of the property of liquids by virtue which they oppose the relative motion of its parts. Next question. Three identical vessels A, B, and C are filled with water, mercury, and kerosene, respectively, up to a equal height. The three vessels are provided with identical taps at the bottom T equal of the vessels. If the three taps are opened simultaneously, then which vessel is emptied first? Vessel C. Which one of the following curves shows correctly the variation of velocity v with time t for a small spherical body falling vertically in a long column of hairy viscous liquid. Attention option D. The velocity of raindrop attains constant values because of viscous force exerted by air. The terminal velocity the terminal velocity of a small sized spherical body of radius r falling in a viscous liquid is proportional to r square. Next question. A small drop falls from rest from a large height h in air. The final velocity is almost independent of h. When the terminal velocity is reached, the acceleration of a body moving through a viscous medium is 0. If temperature rises, the coefficient of velocity of liquid decrease. A small and a large raindrops are falling through air. The large drop moves faster. A liquid drop attains spherical shape due to surface tension. Next question. When some detergent is added to water, the surface tension decrease. Next, if a liquid wets a solid surface, the angle of contact is less than 90 degree. Next, a liquid will not wet the surface of solid if the angle of contact is obtuse. The tendency of liquid drop to contract and occupy minimum area due to surface tension. Next question. The angle of contact of a liquid with a solid does not depend on the angle of inclination of the solid to the solid liquid of surface. Right answer will be option A. Next question. The excess of pressure inside a drop or bubble is inversely proportional to its radius. Right answer will be option C. When the temperature is increases, the angle of contact of liquid decrease. Next, two capillary tubes of different diameters are dipped in water. The rise of water is greater in the tube of smaller diameter. Right answer will be option A. Next question. Kerosene oil rises up in the wick of lantern because of surface tension. Right answer will be option B. Next question, when there are no external forces, the shape of a liquid drop is determined by surface tension of the liquid. Right answer will be option A. Next question, insects can move on the surface of water without sinking due to surface tension of water. Right answer will be option C. Meniscus of mercury in a capillary is convex. Right answer will be option B. Next question. With the rise of temperature, the surface tension of a liquid decrease. Right answer will be option B. Next question. The dimensional formula for universal gravitational constant is m inverse LQ T square. Right answer will be option C. Next question. The mass of a body measured by a physics balance in a lift at rest is found to be m. If the lift is going up with an acceleration a, it a will be measured as m. Right answer will be option A, mass. Next question. When a body is immersed in a liquid, its force acting on it is upthrust. Right answer will be option A. Water drops do not stick to the oily surface due to lack of adhesive force. Right answer will be option A. Newton's first law is also called as law of inertia. Right answer will be option B. Next, if we want to calculate the pressure of a liquid at the bottom of vessel, the quantity which is not required to determine it is surface area of the bottom of the vessel. Right answer will be option B. Next question. A man inside an artificial satellite feels weightlessness because the force of attraction due to Earth is zero at that Earth is. Right answer will be option A. Next question. Fat can be separated from milk in a cream separator because of centrifugal force. Right answer will be option D. Next question. A liquid drop tends to assume a spherical shape because of surface tension. Right answer will be option A. Next and last question. A vertical glass Capillary tube open at both ends contains some water. Which of the following shapes may be taken by the water in the tube? B. Right answer will be option B. Thank you guys.